Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Last time out, we won our 10th consecutive game in the Vanarama National League, which has propelled us to near the top of the table. And we lost 5-0 in the FA Trophy quarter-final to Gateshead. It's one of my bogey teams. Hello and welcome to episode 11 of To Be a Legend FM23 style. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you 2 games against sides that are immediately around us at the top of the Vanarama National League North, which means 2 huge games which could, if you like, decide the title race in the Vanarama National League, albeit there are about 7 games still to play. But we'll get to today's games out of the way, and we could be really one step further to actually winning, or at least getting promoted from the Vanarama National League, which when we started out, we were in 23rd place, or Buxton were in 23rd place. And to be honest, probably wouldn't have expected to finish much more than about mid-table. So I think we've definitely outdone ourselves with regards to this season. Having said all of that, we have outdone ourselves, and the board have made me an offer to stay here. The only thing is they don't want to pay me any more money. We did negotiate. I did try and push them up bit by bit, but they were dug their heels in, basically. No wage rise. Have they not seen the cost of living crisis? No wage rise, and just wanted me to carry on. Well, I need a little bit of an increase to remunerate me for having turned this down. Otherwise, I'd have not bothered coming here in the first place, and they could have ended up in a regional division somewhere below the Vanarama leagues. But hey, don't want to talk to me? That's right. Well, so we are in a position where we may not go any further at the end of the season. We might be changing clubs, boys and girls. We'll see what happens. Having said all of that, since you were last with us, there have been a few things going on. Let's have a look at results since you were last with us. If we can get the page to turn over. Filed on Gateshead the last 2 games. The 5-0 loss against Gateshead, of course. We then went on to beat Farsley Celtic 3-0. Another team that, in fact, I think it was the team that we did from bottom to the top last season. Girolamo, Durnley and Jack Lee, the scorers in that one. Bradford, Park Avenue, it was a 0-0 ball draw. One of those matches that we really had the majority of the game, to be fair. Analytical data, can we see? I'm not sure if we can, actually. One of these screens changes. Focus of attacks. No, that's not it. Yeah, it's not. There's a screen you can see the actual sort of momentum of the game, and I mean we pretty much had the momentum all the way through there. As you'll see, we had 17 shots, 8 on target. They have 5 shots, 2 on target. A 0.17 on the XG. We had a 1.01. Didn't put the chances away, basically. And it ended up 0-0. So dropped a couple of points there, which is a bit of a annoying, really, on the basis that we are top of the table. 5 points clear. Had we got those other 2 points, we'd have been 7 points clear at the top of the table, which would have been absolutely stupendous going into these 2 matches. Today's opponents, Spennymoor and Boston United. We do have a game against Kidderminster Harriers, I think it is, wedged between the 2, which isn't a foregone conclusion either, because they are 5th in the table with 65 points, some 9 points behind us. So again, it's a sort of 6-pointer in there. So 2 important games. If we can get a win over both of these teams, then we will have opened quite a gap, because Boston are really having a bit of a rough time of it. As you'll see, drew 1-1 against Leamington just recently. And the previous time out before that, where are we? Did they play? Maybe they didn't play in that last round of games. Lost, of course, to Bradford Park Avenue. We managed to scrape a draw with. And prior to that, they lost 1-0 to Blythe Spartans. So they're on a little bit of a dodgy run. Having said all of that, the other team, Spennymoor, they beat Brackley Town 2-0 last time out. And prior to that, they lost 4-1 to Kings Lynn Town. And prior to that, drew 1-1 with Peterborough Sports. So they've not had the best of runs. Maybe we're catching both of them at the right time. Transfer-wise, quick look at the transfer history. We have got rid of Jack McKay. He's gone to Oldham Athletic. He didn't want to be with us anymore, so he's gone out. But we have brought in Bobby Camwa. He was on trial with us. I think he played in the friendly that we played a little while back. Dropped away. I don't think he was on trial with us then, and reappeared on the scouting reports, and we have picked him up. He is on a contract until the end of next season. He is 23 years old. He is a midfielder, can play out on the right or can play central midfield, which is where we'll play him most of the time. Prefers to be a Mazzala, can also play as an advanced playmaker, box-to-box midfielder. They're the roles that we would tend to put him in anyway. So he has come in. Really sort of will be part of a squad player, really, with the likes of Kirby and Elliott, who have made that central midfield their own, really, in recent times. Right, with that all said and done, let's get on with the episode. The first game of the episode, let's have a look at the team that will face Spennymoor in the Vanarama National League North. A 6-pointer, really, because, as I've already said, they are tucked in behind, if we can find the right screen, they are tucked in behind us at the moment. Spennymoor in second. We're on top on 74 points. Spennymoor second on 69 points. So we really could do with getting a win over Spennymoor, of course. Last time out, I don't think we had a particularly good match against Spennymoor. We've played them twice this season. We played them in the FA Trophy 4th round, beat them 2-0. And in the National League North at their place, we lost 2-1. I think that was before my time. Or just before my time that they lost that one, where there was a bit of a bad run. But we did beat them 2-0 at our place. And we are at home today. So let's hope it's a similar result. It would be good. And the team that will face Spennymoor in this one, Madison in goal, Thompson, Granite comes in. We do have Lee, who is suspended, out, Brisley alongside him. Burke out on the right, Elliott and Kamwa. You will see him first time out in that right-hand slot there. Bun, Tazdemir and Clark are attacking midfield. They are behind Girolamo, who is up front and on the bench. Andoa, Ayana, Osborne, Goodridge and Durnley. This is how the two teams look beside one another. And Jason Ainsley is the manager at Spennymoor. And they have defensive midfielders and a very similar lineup to us, with Ramshaw there, a lone striker up front. 17 minutes on the clock before our first highlight. Kamwa, Clark trying to create himself a bit of space. He has managed to find it. Tazdemir sweeps that one in, but the goalkeeper was well positioned. We have another highlight very quickly. Ramshaw has the ball. And I seem to remember Namai being a bit of a pain in the proverbial last time out. Oh, Ramshaw's found himself space, and they've tidied it up. Granite and Thompson sorting it out. Over the top, Brisley heads it down straight into the path of Ramshaw. That was a bad mistake, and then leaves it alone. What is the matter with him? Go and cut him off. And Brisley firing this one up. Tasdemir, Girolamo, Bunn, back to Thompson. It's been a bit of a dodgy first half. This one over the top for Girolamo, but nowhere near him. A very poor ball. Brisley gets underneath that one. Elliott has picked up a knock, hoping that he's going to run it off. Girolamo's in space. Is he going to get in? What's he going to do? He's going to have a go from distance instead of crossing it in the box. Just like to see him cross it now and again. And we have a free kick just in injury time. Tasdemir with the free kick. Swings it in. Goalkeeper's had to make the save. And it's gone out for a corner. 3 minutes of injury time. Clark with that corner. Swings it in. It's been cleared though. And Clark will get a second chance, I think. Possibly. Inside to Burke. Back to Clark. Clark to... And he was offside. And half-time has arrived. It's been pretty even Stevens by the looks of it. Buxton, 7 shots, 4 on target, 0.89. They've had 5 shots, 3 on target, 0.85. They've had the most of the possession. We need to really keep going. At the moment, it's pretty much first versus second. No changes at half-time. I'll come back for our first highlight. 55 minutes on the clock. That poor ball, Girolamo's in, and he scores. 19th goal of the season. It looked for a minute if he was going to do something weird and wonderful, but he did actually put it away. 55 minutes. And we have our first goal. Tasdemir through ball. Looked like it was a bit wayward. Dawson there, or cousin Dawson, he didn't do a very good job of it. And question whether he was offside, I think. Player here in the middle was, but Girolamo wasn't. So it stands. And you come back as we make our first change. You're going to do it a little bit earlier. Tasdemir seems to have gone down very quickly. I'm not sure whether he's picked up a knock or what's gone on here, but he's not showing up particularly well at the moment, Tasdemir. So we're going to look to make that change. Having said that, we don't have an attacking midfielder on the bench. Bunn could come off. Osborne could come on. Right, Tasdemir and Bunn could swap over. We'll take Tasdemir off and bring on Sam Osborne on that left side. Osborne, he's happy to play his inside forward. So that's what he will stick with. We'll just do that one change for the moment. Elliott appears to be all right. It does say seems to be unaffected by his knock, so he's okay. And no highlights between that and this round of changes. I mean, as it stands, we are okay. Harry Bunn now is tired in that central midfield. There's something going on there then, isn't it? Draining the thing. Bobby Camwa is now tired. Not seen a great deal of him. He's put in a fairly good shift, but Goodridge is going to come on for him in that central mid rail, and Brisley is also getting tired. So I'm thinking that do we bring on Andoa or do we leave Brisley? I think we'll leave Brisley there for the minute. Luke Burke hasn't had a particularly good run in that. I'm not sure what to do at the back there at the minute. He's the only player that's not playing particularly well. What we also, and we have a highlight. Thompson with a throw into Goodridge. Thompson out on that far side, tries to get across him, but it's sort of blocked. Brandy picks the ball up deep, and we've got to be careful here. They've got it forward to Ramshaw. We're only one goal in front, and Burke gets across and cuts it out. Granite. Thompson back to Granite. Goodridge, and we can build again from the back. 82 minutes on the clock. Clark out wide looking for Osborne, but it's a poor ball. Equally poor ball forward as well, thankfully. Elliott. Osborne over the top was Girolamo. He's got, I was going to say, he's got his second, but pushed it wide. Right, we're running down into time, so we are in positive anyway, but I think we're going to go, what's happened? Can't do what I want to do. Balanced. Tactics. So, Bunny's tired. Mason Goodridge. We could thinking of going defensive, but maybe not. Right, I'm going to bring on Andoa for Burke on that right-hand side for the moment. And we have another highlight. Thompson with a throw-in on that far side. Elliott. And Elliott's given the ball away. Oh! But it's all right. Granite tidies up. Back to Thompson. Elliott. Goodridge looking out this way for Clark. Clark crosses it. Osborne trying to get underneath it and didn't get there. Thompson flies that one in, looking for Osborne. Osborne heads it into the area, but cousin Dawson has tidied up, but only as far as Elliott. Goodridge, and we can come again. This time it doesn't get through, but Brisley is underneath it. Goodridge. Poor ball. Payne is in. He's going to be one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Cut him off. Cut him off. Oh, that was a poor ball in the end, thankfully, and Madison falls on it. We are in injury time. 4 minutes of injury time. To see this game out, a 1-0 win. It's a very close affair. Oh, and Greenfield has pickpocketed him. Duxbury. Oh, and Payne's in. Oh.
I don't know how to respond to that.
No, I don't know either. He's offside, thankfully. Oh. That's how you respond to it, Siri. Payne was in, but he must have been offside. Oh, am I ever thankful to the referee and the assistant referee? We have won that by the skin of our teeth. And for a minute there, I thought we'd lost it in the dying minutes. Oh, dearie me. But we've managed to hang on, which is absolutely stupendous. And, well, let's go and have a look. 12, just to round up, 12 shots, 5 on target. They had 13 and 7, so they're actually slightly better than us. Better possession as well, which is unusual. We don't usually suffer from the lack of possession. 1.78, so slightly better on the XG. Did put our chances away. If only Girolamo had scored that second one, would have really made us feel a lot more comfortable. Anyway, a good result at the end. Let's have a look and see how that leaves us in the table. Well, with Boston United beating Hereford by a 1-0. Holicek, the scorer of the Boston goal. That keeps the pressure up on us. 5 points behind us, but an inferior goal difference, which is a good thing. Spennymoor, who were in second, have dropped down to third after their 1-0 loss against us, which means that we have 8 points on them now, which is quite a nice, comfortable little cushion to have. 6 games to go. 6 games? 5 games to go. 46 games in this? Yeah, 46. Sorry, 5 games to go. 3 5s are 15. So as long as we can we get a gap now of 15 points, then we should be okay. By my reckoning, Hereford 15 points were pretty much guaranteed a playoff place, whatever happens. But I'd like to see us stay in this top bit, and certainly don't want to finish any lower than third, because that does mean that we get a bye in the first round of the playoffs. Right, so there we go. 1-0 win against Spennymoor puts us in good stead. And next up is Boston United. Well, not actually, it's not true. Next up is Kidderminster Harriers, who are currently in 5th place. How did they get on today? That was my next question. Let's have a quick look. Kidderminster Harriers lost 1-0 to Farsley Celtic. So we'll see how that one goes. Right, Kidderminster Harriers, we're going to do that one off of camera. May show you some highlights if it goes reasonably well. And then we'll come back for the Boston United game, another 6-pointer. And potentially could, if we can win that, could really make sure that we've got a nice 8-point gap over both Spennymoor and Boston United. So it would really, with 3 games left to go, then the title will be in our hands. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when I was saying about being 8 points clear at the top of the table, I hadn't taken into account that a loss against Kidderminster Harriers could punch a hole in that, and we did lose by 1 goal. We'll see the highlights in just a moment. But Boston United have also won, which causes us a little bit of aggravation. A Spennymoor, a 1-1 draw against Fylde, which means at the top of the table, we are only 2 points clear of Boston United now. 7 points clear of Spennymoor. So Spennymoor, unless we blow up or bottle it, we should be okay. Gloucester City have managed to pull themselves back up to 70 points as well. Kidderminster Harriers profiting from us with 3 points from that last game, now on 68. Then Hereford, Fylde and Darlington. We are guaranteed a playoff place, though, out of all of that. Before we have a look at the team that will face Boston United in that game, let's have a quick look at the highlights, if we can, from this Kidderminster Harriers. It was a harrying event, really. A harrowing event more than a harrying event, really. But yes, it's a game we should have won again. 13 shots, 3 on target. Really didn't hit the target as much as we should have. The warning signs were on the wall from the early doors, as you can see, 9 minutes in. Their player getting away, and we really didn't perform in any way, manner, shape or form where we should do. Not a lot happened then between points, 70 minutes in, and as you can see, we are having a little bit of a thing, but they were stalwarts in defence, really. And trying to get one out to Osborne, but our passes were a bit wayward and just a little bit lax all the way around. Lee fires that one forward. That luckily comes to Tasdemir, but Tasdemir's shot then ricochets off of the defender, and they're on the break. Fremantle comes in, and Doa clears the ball when really the goalkeeper would have been far better off letting the goalkeeper take it. It's come back again. Thompson takes it away from the goalkeeper this time, and it was a second time we really regretted, because Richards scoring his first goal for the season, and I have heard Lujo talk about this. Why is it always that it's their first goal? They've not scored against anybody else all season and then have to score against us. As you'll see, just clearing that ball upfield aimlessly. It's almost like we didn't have a clue what to do apart from clearing our lines all the time. Madison saving our blushes there for a second. Bowden now gets away. He's come on because players up front not doing a great deal. Thompson, Osborne, that's gone over the top and gives us a corner. Fun on corner duty, but it's cleared, and nothing coming of that. Fun tidying up in midfield. Osborne crosses it in. It's fallen to Bowden. Bowden hits the post, and that was the story of our day, really. And a 1-0 loss. As I said, 13 shots, 3 on target. They had 18 shots, 6 on target. Our XG was better, and we had the possession. We should have taken all points, at least a draw, if nothing else, would have been far better, which brings us round to today's game against Boston United. Lost 3-1 to them earlier in the season. That was before I joined, I hasten to add. 3-1 loss. The only goal was from Connor Kirby on that day, and Connor Kirby is back today, having completed his 2-match suspension. So the team for this one against Boston is Madison in goal, Clark, Lee, Andoa and Burke are backline. Kamwar and Kirby in midfield. I think Elliott is injured. Yes, Elliott is injured. And so is James Clark. Bunn, Tasdemir and Durnley in our attacking midfield. They are behind Girolamo up front. On the bench, Brisley, Ayana, Goodridge, Osborne and Bowden. And this is how the teams line up against one another. Ian Calverhouse is the manager at Boston, and Connor Carty one of Lelujo's stalwarts, is playing for Boston, and he's quite prolific. Holicek is also quite a good player. But I noticed they're playing with flat three at the back, 2 wing backs and a defensive midfielder. So in effect, it gives them a sort of a 6 defence at the back there. So we're going to need to be definitely wise to that this afternoon. Bunn with a free kick then. And let's hope we play a little bit better than we did against Kidderminster Harriers. Fear not. Not at the minute anyway. All across, but Andoa gets underneath it. Durnley. Forward to Girolamo. Girolamo all the way back to Clark. But that's okay. Clark finds Bunn. Back to Clark. Lee. Lee fires one over the top. Bunn is going to get there. Bunn. Oh, what a shot from Bunn. 20th goal of the season. And that's what we didn't do against Kidderminster Harriers. So I might be wrong. And that is a fine goal from Bunn. Lovely ball over the top. And just steadied himself. Plenty of time to fire that shot. Kirby with a free kick. Sweeps it in. It's headed out though. Bunn with a corner. Sweeps it in, but first line of defence has got it, and Connor Carty is away. We need to stop him. Stop him. Come on, out to him. Oh, man. And they're getting reinforcements up in plenty of time. We've let him come all the way across the pitch. And luckily, that's just headed wide. Who was that? It was Holek. And we were lucky there. Half-time has arrived, and 5 shots, only that one on target, that goal, 0.52. We need to be a bit more on target, 54% of the possession. But we have managed to contain Boston. They've only had 2 shots on target so far, but it's only half-time. And first highlight of the second half, 49 minutes on the clock. Burke to Kirby. Kirby's sort of being backtracked a little bit. All the way across field to Clark. Clark tries to find Bunn, but the defenders sort of blocked his route off. Clark comes into the area. He's had a go, and he scored. Warren Clark, his first goal of the season. We've done it to Boston. 2-0 after 49 minutes. And that was well worked. Clark, instrumental in all of that. Tried to get it to Bunn. Come back to him. And nobody's really sort of tackled him. And he's long. Who really should have pushed that over the top, let it in. Boston on the attack, but thwarted, thankfully. Kirby heads it down to Bunn. Bunn, through to Girolamo. Come on, Girolamo. Oh, he chipped the goalkeeper, but the defender last line of defence was good. And with 73 minutes on the clock, we're going to look to do some changes. I think Andoa is tired. So do we bring Brisley on? Mind you, Jack Lee is as well. So we're going to bring Brisley on for Andoa. Tazdemir is tired. And we don't have an attack. I must make sure I do that. Bunn can play in there. And we could put Sam Osborne outside. Bunn, who is also tired. And Kanwar is also tired. So we're going to do this only because Tazdemir, who's put in a great shift. Sam Osborne can go out that side. And we'll bring Mason Goodridge on for Kanwar. I wish this would stop doing this. Right. That's what we're doing. Would Kirby be better off? Let's swap these two over. Doesn't really make a lot of difference, I don't think. In fact, Connor Kirby's better off in the ball-winning midfielder role. All right, 3 changes all in one go then. Not a lot of time left, but expect you to make an impact. It's had the desired effect, I think, apart from Brisley, who's anxious. And with 88 minutes on the clock, you'll see, looking at the table here, we are 5 points clear now of Boston. 7 points clear of Spennymoor. Spennymoor beating Curzon Ashton by a goal to nil. I was just about to have a look for the Boston result. That was a bit daft, wasn't it? Right, let's have a look at tactics then. Can we first of all, we need to go to balanced. Definitely. Sort these out again. Bunn can play in midfield. Kirby, who's injured, I've just realised. We've got a lower leg injury. Now that could cause us a problem because we have 2 central defenders out. Mason Goodridge can go down there. Mason Goodridge swap with Bunn. Bunn drops into that midfield role just really to see the game out. We're on a balanced. Let's see if we can see it out. Kirby winning the ball in midfield from Bunn. Clark comes forward. Through to Girolamo. And it's hit the post this time. And they've Girolamo twice now has chipped the goalkeeper. And both times not really profited from it. Highlights for Boston. 4 minutes of injury time. This is the 3rd minute of injury time. And Connor Carty hasn't hit the target. He's come off the post. And that could be their last chance. Possibly not. The highlight continues. Madison using up some valuable time here. I'm not quite sure what he's waiting for. As the players now run upfield. And he's got that out wide to Clark. Clark comes forward. He's given that ball away. He's obviously very tired. Got nothing left in his legs. And are seeking a consolation goal here. Lee gets underneath it. He's only got it as far as Montgomery. And they're coming out wide. But Clark will get there. Lee. This has got to be near enough. Time up, ref. Clark comes forward. Launches one, and it's all over. It's a 2-0 win against Boston United. I really didn't think after the game against Kidderminster that we were going to be able to manage to do that, but we did have 14 shots, 4 on target, 1.98 on the XG, so pretty much to the XG. They had 5 shots, nothing on target, which is interesting. 44% possession. I think we got a good result there and kept them at bay, and including that man, Connor Carty, really kept him out of the game today. Excuse me. The question is, how does it leave us in the table? I think we're about 5 points clear. And with Spennymoor completing that 1-0 win over Curzon Ashton, it's finished so that we are 5 points clear of Boston United. 3 games to play, 9 points available, 5 points. One more win would see us literally on the precipice of being promoted. That's assuming that Boston United, of course, if they win their next match and we win, that is just a case of winning our next match, really. Spennymoor are 7 points adrift of us with 9 points still available. Gloucester City can't catch us now. They can, but that's if we were to lose all our games. But goal difference, I think, would sort of err on our side unless we lost by dramatic amount of goals in every occasion. So that's how it currently stands in the table. We have one game between this and coming back for, let's hope it's not too dramatic, Scarborough Athletic, 13th in the table. They've been on a reasonably good run, to be fair. But we do play them, and then we're coming back for Brackley Town and Chester. Final 2 games of the season, Brackley and Chester. Brackley currently 22nd in the table. Chester currently 9th. Hopefully, Brackley Town game, we can wrap it up. It is at home. It would be nice to take the title and promotion at home. And they've still not offered me a new contract. Hopefully, they will do that as well. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. A little bit of a skid in the middle, but we managed to pull it around. We won the 2 games that really mattered, I guess, in the 3 that have been in the episode today. If you've enjoyed it, then please don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend and any new series as we release them. Don't forget our Chelsea series that still continues with the 2nd season and our final season. We will end it at the end of this season. But that's going ahead at the moment. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, then you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideToo. New episodes of To Be a Legend are released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 12. It's out on Monday. And if I don't see you before then, or you're not watching my Chelsea series, have a good weekend. See you then. Bye-bye.